The Paris Climate Agreement is about to enter into force in the European Union, following a decision by EU member states last Friday and an approval from the European Parliament on Tuesday. This means that the EU will have a say at the next UN climate meeting in Morocco in November, where the parties will discuss how to actually reach the targets agreed upon last year. Targets supposed to limit global warming to 2 degrees Celsius, and where the international community will move towards 1.5 degrees increase. However, in order for the EU to achieve this, the Union has to step up its efforts.
What the EU has committed to is reducing its emissions by 40% by 2030. That's very insufficient. So to have a chance of keeping global warming by maximum 2 degrees, the EU would have to reduce by at least 55% its emissions. So it's far short of what is needed.
At the press conference just after the vote in the Parliament, EU Climate Commissioner Miguel Arias Cañete argued, though, that the EU stands ready to deliver on its Paris commitments.
We have the ambition, we have the tools, we have the emission trading system, which is the biggest carbon market of the world, on place, and we have the effort-sharing resolution who establish the different targets of the different member states.
Indeed, there are national targets for greenhouse gas emissions for each member state. However, some are still less ambitious than others. The Polish government, for instance, has asked for assurances to be able to keep its coal plants, which are seen as foundations of the country's development. According to Oxfam, this simply doesn't work if the EU wants to meet the targets agreed upon in Paris.
If we're serious about our signature of the Paris Agreement, 2 degrees, let alone 1.5 degrees, means getting rid of coal. So there can be no compromise there. There needs to be a political will to move beyond coal as fast as possible.
Oxfam says that the implementation of the Paris Agreement will be a credibility test for the EU. A test where the Union has to cut real emissions, not just on paper.